Hello, this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. This is Bingo Bible Journaling Saturday. For my new subscribers who doesn't know what this is, usually the last Saturday of each month, I do a Bible journaling bingo. So what I've done is I've made these bingo cards. I'll just show you an example of it. A few of them. Sort of prompts, do hand lettering, make pencil sketch, use a stapler, make a layout with no printables or paper. So it's just a little start off points, or which you can use to just jazz up your Bible journaling a little bit. I think it's a little bit fun. I've done a collaboration with Jessica, Crowned by Jesus, last month. So if you want to go and check out that video, I'll link it also down below with you here. So yeah, what I usually do is I draw 3 prompts and then I go away, think about it, and then obviously immediately after this video you will see me, but obviously I will have to think a little bit about it before I decide what I'm going to do. So without further ado is I'm going to draw the 3 prompts. I usually do it in this traveler's notebook. Last month I did it in my Bible, so it depends also what it is, and then I decide if I'm going to do it in this traveler's notebook in the Bible. So let's see what 3 prompts I do. Okay, do some heat embossing. Okay, that is quite challenging for me. I've never been very successful with heat embossing. I've got a heat gun, and I've got embossing powder, and I've got everything I need, but somehow my embossing never wants to turn out very nicely. So that's going to be quite interesting. So hopefully, maybe, you never know, maybe I'm lucky this time. So heat embossing. Let's see what's the second prompt. Do wooden stamping. Okay, so I'll see if it can work if I use the embossing with the wooden stamping. I've got a few wooden stamps which I don't use enough, so that would be an opportunity for me to use that. So let's see what is the third prompt. And I didn't get hold of the one. Okay, use alpha stickers. Okay, so I must do wooden stamping, I must use embossing, and I must use alpha stickers. So this is the 3 things I need to go and do. So I'm going to think about it, and then we will put it together using these 3 things. Mostly I stick to that. Sometimes I add a little bit few things. I probably will add some printables with it, because it's a bit difficult making a Bible journaling into just with these 3 things. But I will see. Maybe I do better than I think I'm going to do. So yeah, let me put you on fast forward, and then you'll see how it turns out. Okay, I decided to use this Roetz printable, which is called Yesnia, and I love that gold accents on these reeds, or I don't know actually what you call them, but I thought that will work beautifully. It reminded me of gold embossing. I've got this background stamp, wooden stamp, and I've got this flower stamp. I don't end up using that flower stamp, but the background stamp I do. And then I've got this sort of wreath of flowers, which I thought will work beautifully with the embossing. It's just different and it's beautiful. And then obviously I've got my embossing ink ready, and I've got 3 powders. The one is sort of a white silver sprinkly one. This is sort of a dark soot black one, and this is a gold one. So I'm going to use the gold one because I thought it will work well with the gold accents of the printable. So I was very lucky when I discovered this printable from Roetz. It's actually one of her newest release now in the shop, so I'll link it definitely down below also. And this is my alpha letters, or stickers, alpha stickers I'm going to use. So yeah, obviously I could have used the bold title in the printable, but because one of the prompts is that I need to use alpha stickers, I'm going to use that. So I'm just using this wooden stamp, and I'm creating a background for myself. Luckily, as these wooden stamps blocks, I don't think it's the best quality, but luckily, because it's a background, it doesn't really matter. It just gives that fainted idea of a background. Now, I don't think I probably would have used it as a background, but this is the whole thing about Bingo Bible journaling and having these prompts, is just to stretch yourself a little bit, think a little bit out of the box, and mostly of all use the things that you don't often use, because I don't often use these wooden blocks. They were given to me by somebody, and one or two I bought on a sale, the craft shop craft shop wanted to get rid of them, so I literally got them for next to nothing. So I don't often use them, and this is now opportunity because they are actually quite a nice printable or nice wooden blocks there. So I'm now using this embossing powder. I'm sure you all know how to do embossing, but if you don't, you obviously stamp it with that clear ink, which just give a faint impression, and then you throw the embossing powder over it, and you put it safely back in the little thingy. Most people use a piece of paper just to bend it over and put it in, and then the impression of the stamp is now on there with the golden embossing, and then you need to have a heat gun. You can't use a hair dryer. I've tried it with a hair dryer, it doesn't work. You need something very strong and concentrated heat to turn it into sort of a gold shiny picture. But unfortunately, my embossing, I think the problem I have is I've got a matte gold embossing. I don't have one of these shiny ones, so it's a bit disappointing seeing that it doesn't turn into this beautiful shiny sort of imprint. When I look at what other people on YouTube doing, it's always fascinating to see when they have the heat gun and they put it over it, and it all of a sudden it just sparks up like that. Mine just doesn't want to. As I said, it gives us a little bit of a shine, but not very much. So yeah, I've decided after I've done all the printables, I want to give this swan also sort of little accents of gold on its feather. So I've got this print. It's an alpha tower with sort of a stamp around it. I should have actually shown how it looked, but there were sort of stripes on it. So I've just stamped a little bit of the stripes, as you can see there, and then I've just put my embossing powder over it, and now I'm going to heat it up, and I actually like how it turned out. It just brings something to the swan. It picks up the other gold accents from the picture, so I'm glad I did it. I thought I might as well do it. I've got everything here. Luckily I didn't pack things away, so I'm glad I did it. So now I'm going to just play around with the printables. It took quite a while for me to know where I'm going to put everything. I'm just journaling here in Psalm 73 verse 28. It says, "But as for me, it is good to be near God. I've made the sovereign Lord my refuge. I will tell of your deeds." Now the verse he suggested I've already journaled in. I did actually one of my come away from me beloved entries in there. So I've looked for another verse that says God is near. And this verse, I probably have read it before, but that words just stood out for me that says, "But as for me, it is good for me to be near God." As if the psalmist made a proclamation, or he made a statement. Yes, but for me, it is good to be close to the Lord. As Joshua said, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." It's a decision he made beforehand. I'm not going to wander away. I'm not going to go far away from the Lord, because I made that decision that I'm going to stay close to the Lord. So yeah, it was a beautiful verse, and I've never seen it in that sense. Maybe I've read it in different translations and never picked it up like that. But I really liked it. Yeah, it was beautiful. In the meantime, I've just done my bold title with my sticker letter or sticker alphabet letters, and I'm using also the tabby, which is part of the printable, there at the top, just to mark my journaling. I love the tabby with the leaf coming out on the one side, and then I'm just underlining my journaling. So I hope you enjoyed this entry. I hope you enjoyed last month's video with Jessica Crowned by Jesus. So I'll leave a video also below if you've missed that. So I'm just going to do my free prompts, tick that off, make sure I've got everything. I've got my alpha stickers, which I've done the title, he's near. I've got my wooden stamping, which is the background, and also that reef, and I've got the embossing, which is the reef and the swan. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this entry. If you want to take part, please remember to tag me and use the hashtag, which I'm going to leave here up on the screen. If you want to pick up this printable from Roetz, I will link it also down below for you. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate it if you do. Leave me a comment to let me know what you struggle. Do you also struggle with embossing? And if you've got any tips for me. You must have a fantastic day. Lots of love. Bye bye.